It's half term, which means, for many of you, mocks are looming over. So that begs the question of why should you bother with mocks, and how should you prepare yourself for them? First of all, mocks are your best opportunity to test out whether or not your revision strategies are working. You can see how efficient they are, and whether, in fact, you need to change the whole lot, because it's okay at this stage to completely start revising in an entirely different way. And that's great. They give you an understanding of how the real exams will be. I know that my school even brought in external invigilators for our mocks, and this helped to give us that same sense of fear, and we got a chance to learn how to cope with that fear, so in the real exams we didn't freak out in the same way. In fact, I found mocks to be more scary than the actual exams. Proof that they can really help you. They're also an excellent opportunity to assess yourself and learn where your weaknesses are. For instance, I got a grade 7 in my history mock. I was 3 marks off an 8 and very annoyed with myself, because if I had finished the exam paper, I would have probably got those 3 marks and got the 8. That taught me that I needed to learn how to write faster and how to think faster so that I didn't run out of time in the actual exam, which is something I managed to do, not run out of time in the actual exam, and that got me a grade 9 in the end, which I was very pleased with. So it's a great opportunity to learn where your weaknesses are and work out a way to improve. Finally, mocks are there to prepare you for the real exams. If you do take them seriously, they will seriously help you. See what I did there? So this begs the question of how do you prepare yourself for your mocks? Because chances are you have no idea what you're doing when it comes to revision yet, unless you're one of those amazingly efficient people who has been revising since the start of year 10, which I certainly wasn't. The first thing is to take them seriously, as I said before. I don't mean by this freak out because your final grades are dependent on this and you can't get into the college you want if you don't get the right grades. I simply mean you should be revising by now, and you should take your revision seriously. If these were the real exams, you would have been revising for ages by now. So, get revising. However, experiment with the revision, because you can. It doesn't matter if you completely abolish the way you've been revising, and just try a new method. Start from scratch again, because you can. There's no pressure on these exams, and the grades you get don't really matter. Maybe you want to try flashcards. Perhaps you prefer those flashcards online, or maybe you prefer those flashcards to be physical. Maybe you want to do mind maps. Or maybe, perhaps, you even want to start your own revision channel and start making your own revision videos. After all, this is how my channel started, as preparation for my mocks last year. This is a great chance to see what works and what doesn't. But there are a few things I think you should bear in mind when revising. The first is that when learning your content, you need to use active recall, which is testing yourself. Otherwise, you won't really remember. It will be going in one ear and out the other. Secondly, you need to make sure you understand what's going on. There's no use revising something that you don't understand. It just doesn't work. And finally, you need to practice your exam technique. Practice questions are amazing. They may seem like a bore, but they will seriously help you in the long run. Finally, put your mental health and yourself first. Yes, mocks are important and they will help you get good grades. But even if you fail all your GCSE exams in the summer, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean you're going to be doomed to live in a trash can. With enough determination, anyone can do anything, no matter whether or not they got the right GCSE grades first time. And I believe that's all I have to say. So remember, take those mocks seriously and use them as a great chance to experiment with and learn how to revise. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell all your friends. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will make sure to answer them. And if you're someone older and you perhaps want to leave a little bit of advice for people, you think there's something I missed, then go for that as well, because it's good to help each other. Wes ab ye hala.